However, there was one thing that I realized I was constantly doing that most people overlook. And this was adapting to all of the changes in my life. No matter what was going on in my life, I always tried to keep a sense of awareness so that ways I could better adapt. Nothing could have helped me better adapt than by playing the sport of football. Being the quarterback of my high school football team was the ultimate test in awareness because I had to know what everyone's assignment was on each and every single play. At times, it felt like I could see the entire field. As I like to think, I had the best seat in the house. Through my time playing football, I realized that being able to see the entire field could be the metaphoric principle in which I could obtain success. While on the field, I had a sense of vision that allowed me to evade defenders and find the best possible pathway to the end zone. In a similar way, I was able to keep all of the opportunities in my life and my peripheral vision. I had hoped that with my sense of awareness, I would be able to pick and choose from all of the opportunities that life could give me. Now, I had one of the most eye-opening experiences happen to me when I was just 10 years old. It's something that most of us overlook on a daily basis. While attending church on a normal Sunday, I had a not-so-normal asthma attack. In a split second, I went from worrying about simple things as what I would be eating for lunch that day to thinking about just one thing. And that one thing was being able to breathe again. Now, while fighting for my breath, I began to panic, while seconds felt like minutes, and minutes felt like hours. Now, eventually, I was able to regain my breath. But the ironic part about this is that just 15 minutes after having one of the most severe asthma attacks in my life, I was right back to my normal routine, as if nothing had ever happened. But the truth is, something had happened to me that day, and I took this opportunity to refocus myself. I realized that sometimes everything in life goes by so fast that we forget even the most simplest of things. And so I needed to find a way to refocus myself without having an asthma attack to remind me each and every time. The way that I found to best refocus myself was simply by going back to the fundamentals. And this was never more apparent than in my senior football season in high school. Going into my final season, I felt the pressure on my shoulders of having to lead our team that year. With this pressure, I attempted to take the team on my back and do a little bit too much. This resulted in us losing the first 2 out of 3 football games of that season. With 2 losses starting the season, it seemed that a rough season was ahead of us. But it was at this point in which my head football coach did something that no one on the team, including even myself, could have imagined. Going into the 4th game of that season, my head football coach pulled me from the starting spot and put in our junior backup. After going into the game, our junior backup threw for 3 touchdowns and solidified his spot as my replacement. Now, in the span of just 3 weeks, I went from leading our team as the varsity football quarterback to now just another backup. And I wasn't sure exactly how to feel about this. But I knew I needed to do something. I could not sit back and watch my dreams go by. So I realized that I needed to go back to the fundamentals that had made me a great football player earlier. I took a step back and simply looked at the areas in which I needed to improve and went to work. With this newfound drive and my ability to refocus on the fundamentals, I was able to win my job back not 2 weeks later. After winning my job back, I was able to lead our team to the rest of the season undefeated and to the state playoffs. It was in the second round of the playoffs in which we faced an opponent that was matched to us by a lot. But with this newfound drive we found ourselves trailing by only 8 points in the 4th quarter. Now this was it. My entire football season and my entire high school football career came down to just one play in this game. It was 4th down and 5, with only 5 yards to go for a touchdown with a chance to tie the game. To this day, I remember walking up to the center to receive the snap. And before being able to even drop back, the defense collapsed on me. Just like that, the defense tackled me, and the game was over. In a split second, my